Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the IAM Winter Solstice Symposium, where we've gathered a group of women wisdom keepers this year who are going to help you go inward this season, this holy season, to find what you're hibernating, what you're germinating, what you are getting ready to birth into the world this coming spring. And most of our people who are going to be with us this call are shamans or shamanic practitioners. And Aimee is an exception. And why do I say she's an exception and why is she on this call? Because she is a wonderful intuitive who facilitates healing and shifting of the body, heart, mind, and spirit. And she's able to recalibrate a person's energy matrix to transform energy that hinders spiritual progression, alters healthy thought pattern, inhibits emotional growth, and causes physical discomfort. Aimee uses a gentle, non-invasive form of energy transfer, Reiki and distance healing to help facilitate transformation. She focuses much of her attention on teaching individuals to help themselves and improve their lives using their own abilities coupled with her intentional healing system, which for me is this system that she's been actually bringing forth from the other realms. In fact, she knew about the magnetics of the winds of spirit long before I knew that there was magnetics involved in all. I thought I was writing some other book, and she said, "Oh, you're going to be doing work with magnets." And I said, "What? Are you crazy?" So welcome to the IAM Winter Symposium. And I'm thrilled that you're here, and I'm thrilled that you're my friend and that you live in the same desert and that you help align me to crystals that I didn't even know were there or paying any attention to.
Yes, well, so am I. I'm very grateful that we can have these conversations because they're out of the norm, right? So like you mentioned, you thought I was a little bit crazy when I told you you'd be working with magnets, but here you are. So anyway, thanks for bringing that up. And thank you for including me in this wonderful IAM Symposium. I didn't know that I was the only non-shaman to do a talk here. So now I feel extra special. Thank you.
Well, non-earth-based traditions, but you know,
right.
Truthfully, the Alto Masayo shaman in Peru, he went to the stars to get his informations. And so, you know, we like to think that we're more grounded and more practical, but, you know, I have plenty of shamans in Peru who are talking to the UFOs and things like that.
Yeah.
But you actually...
Well, everything's connected.
Right. Through the wind.
Yeah.
Through those winds and those magnetics. All right. So
That's right. That's right.
So today you're actually going to give us, you're going to help us to align to our abundance mindset.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So like you mentioned, I'm an author and a healer, an intuitive channel. And I'm also a co-host of a show called Evolve Through Love. So if you tuned in last year, you probably saw my talk on my favorite F word, forgiveness. Can you see that? Forgiveness. Okay, so my first book, I introduced my first book at the IAM Symposium last year, the Winter Solstice, to the Winter Solstice audience. Gratitude plus forgiveness times love equals happiness. Okay, and this year I'm introducing my second book, which is, it's called Daily Agreements, Guidelines, and Intentions. Okay, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm going to show you. These books fit together. The image on the front fits together to form a symbol, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. It's the IHS unity symbol. I'll get more into that later. And I'm going to talk about the book a little, but I really want to talk about aligning yourself with an abundance mindset. And okay, so first let me define what an abundance mindset is, because a lot of times people think of, when they hear the word abundance, they think of possessions or money or something having to do material wealth. And of course, abundance can be categorized as those things, but I'm referencing something different when I use the term abundance in the context of a mindset. So an abundance mindset is the complete and polar opposite of a victim or lack mindset. So when a person adheres to a victim's mindset, they're responding to beliefs that they can't or they lack power to create their desired outcomes. Whereas with an abundance mindset, it sets the stage for the application of unrestricted creativity. An abundance mindset is influenced by beliefs that support thoughts that you can create the outcomes you choose. An abundance mindset puts you in the driver's seat. So pretty much on every level, you identify yourself as a creator because we are creators. I know it sounds simple to just connect with an abundance mindset and then step fully into your creatorship abilities. And it is and it isn't. I mean, we can't dispute the fact that we're all innately creative beings. So we are creators, and your soul is continually nudging you to use your creativity. So you're programmed to be a creator. But at this level of conscious awareness, you're constantly having to circumnavigate roadblocks that you aren't entirely aware of as you exercise your ability to create. It's kind of like having a sword fight in the dark. You don't really know what you're up against as you're dancing around trying to win the fight. That's kind of where we are with our current level of awareness. So just circling back to my second book for a second, Daily Agreements, Guidelines, and Intentions. In this book, we help you to neutralize these roadblocks, these things that you're not aware of, by training and tasking your subconscious to work only on behalf of your desired outcomes. Sounds pretty good, right? So here's how it works. So you use the principles of an abundance mindset to state your expectations for outcomes in your life. In the book, we've created 18 different agreements that are laid out to speak to general outcomes. And then we walk you through the process of personalizing these agreements to support outcomes that are more specific to you. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to read you one of the agreements in the book. It's the title of it is Letting Go, but first I'll read the excerpt that precedes the agreement. Okay, so many of us struggle with behavior patterns that cause us harm and keep us stuck in uncomfortable situations. Does this sound familiar? Often the reason we cycle with these patterns is because subconsciously we dwell on the dysfunction. Our underlying focus influences what we create for ourselves, and if we are perpetually focused on destructive behavior, then we create outcomes in alignment with destructive energies. We focus on what we don't want, and therefore we get more of it. We're constantly creating. Energy continues to move, and with each breath we take, we are given the opportunity to create something new or old. It's our choice what we create next. We can choose to stay stuck by continuing to hold on to old patterns that prompt us to create what no longer honors us, or we can move forward and let go of old patterns, circumstances, and behaviors. Okay, so this agreement helps you move forward. It's called Letting Go. And the agreement itself is, let me just show you at the top, there's a symbol that connects with this agreement. And I'm going to explain that in a little bit, but the agreement itself says, I, and then you fill in your name, I agree to forgive myself for my perceived failures, forgive others for their transgressions, retain the lessons from all of my experiences, release the pains resulting from my experiences, appreciate the growth inspired by my experiences, let the past remain in the past. This is a big one. Let the past remain in the past. Bring new energy forward, focus my attention on the here and now, allow myself to evolve into someone new and improved, release the idea that I'm bound by previous limitations, change my mind when it feels right, and believe that breaking a cycle is a choice that I'm able to exercise. That's also important. Everything is a choice. Okay, so the agreement itself is a clear list of directives that's structured to move you forward and empower you as the conscious creator you're meant to be. So when you choose to commit yourself to the terms of an agreement like this and let your subconscious know that this is the plan, then you're halfway to achieving success, right? You've stated your plan, because everybody knows when you want to achieve a goal, you must have a plan. Okay, so in case you're not aware, and you probably are, your subconscious can be a bit stubborn. It responds very well to programming, but unless you're making a concerted effort to program it with intent, then you'd likely program subconscious, basically reinforcing activity that's going on in your subconscious mind. So this unintentional program consists of thought forms that support the idea that you're not empowered and that you're a victim, like I was saying, the victim mindset. So anyway, if these thought forms are continually reinforced over the course of time, then your subconscious will need some reprogramming to support new outcomes. So a little bit of awareness goes a long way when you're taking measures to reprogram your subconscious brain activity. So to backtrack again for a second, and then I'll tie all of the concepts together, I want to talk about how to use a meaningful symbol as a subconscious training tool. I mean, we use it in the book. We use it throughout the book, actually, and throughout all of our systems. So this won't come as a surprise to you. Big businesses use symbols all the time to communicate with our subconscious mind, and it works like a charm. All right, I'm going to read you another excerpt from the book that demonstrates this concept. So this is page 13, symbols. Okay, so thanks to the presence of commerce and technology, people from around the world and from every background can identify with how powerful and effective symbols are. Imagine you're driving down the freeway and you see a billboard displaying the logo of a commonly known fast food restaurant chain you've eaten at. Has that ever happened? That logo summons a recollection of a wealth of associations. You instantly connect with menu items, the containers the food is served in, greetings used by the employees, commonalities in different locations such as restaurant layout, reviews and reports of company statistics, and so on. Those are just the things brought to the forefront of your consciousness. Your subconscious is producing recall of more intricate details such as the taste of the fries and the smell of the grease on your hands after you've finished eating. You're not likely focusing on this information on a daily basis, but seeing the logo or the company symbol allows for all this information to be brought back into focus. Okay. So I'm sure that's probably happened to everybody, right? If you've ever eaten at a fast food restaurant, it sticks with you. All right, so symbols can be used to recall information based on the associations that you make to these symbols. Your subconscious is like a storage locker of information. So when your subconscious records information and grabs onto something, that information doesn't ever really go away. You don't unknow something once you know it. And while you might forget elements of what you know, rest assured your subconscious mind has recorded all those details. So the information it's never lost, which can actually come in very handy when you're intending to program your subconscious. Okay, so in the book, we tell you how to make the association between the agreement and the corresponding symbol. And the reason for this is to intentionally create an opportunity to reinforce your commitment to the agreement with repetition. So you read the agreement, knowing that you're recording the details to your subconscious memory bank, then you intentionally associate that agreement with the corresponding symbol, like the one I showed you at the top of the page. So the two are forever linked in your subconscious mind. All right, and then what you do is you take the symbol and you reinforce and reactivate the terms of the agreement by just connecting with the symbol. So you could memorize the agreement and recite that as reinforcement, but it takes a whole lot less time to just look at a symbol with the intent to reinforce the energy behind the agreement, right? Because your subconscious already knows whether that the symbol is attached to the agreement and what's in the agreement. So you look at the symbol repetitively and it reactivates the information in the agreement. So it's basically like a training and tasking tool for your subconscious brain activity, these symbols. You're telling your subconscious mind, focus on this. And as you do it repetitively, you're overriding unmanaged or unintentional thought forms that promote things like self-sabotage, inner conflict, and pretty much any other roadblock that you can think of that blocks your success. So the language and the agreements fully support and grow an abundance mindset on the conscious and subconscious levels. So that's one tool. I want to share another tool with you that also helps you program yourself to an abundance mindset. So this one's really simple, actually, but just to give a little background, the energy of fear can cripple your best efforts to create favorable outcomes. It's a really destructive force that roadblocks any kind of intended manifestation. It diverts your focus away from those favorable outcomes and acts as it's like a toxic fuel for outcomes, even when you're making conscious efforts to create with intent and purpose. You put all this effort into thinking about what you want to create, and then in comes fear and sabotages all these efforts that you've taken. So, I mean, everything serves a purpose, including fear. The emotion typically causes imbalance in energy flow, which directly affects outcomes in unfavorable ways. And of course, we learn from our missteps. But if you're experiencing fear, you're probably unintentionally aligning more with a victim or lack mindset than an abundance mindset. So we've created a very simple tapping exercise to help you with this. So the tapping exercise is paired with a powerful intention and a powerful affirmation to help you disconnect from the emotion of fear in the moment you realize you're generating it. And this is really important because if you realize in the moment that you're generating it, that this is something that you're generating and you can stop it so it doesn't color your intentions and your best laid plans, you can catch it so it doesn't grow in your field, okay? Most people are pretty familiar with tapping these days. I mean, it's become mainstream. You've probably heard of EFT, which is a tapping technique, so at least it's not a foreign practice. Our tapping is a little bit different than EFT. It's similar in the way that it addresses energy nodes in your body, but and these energy nodes are they're like openings to your energy field. It's a way to communicate with your energy field or throughout your energy field. So, and our tapping is a little bit different than EFT because we address different energetic nodes, but it's the same idea. So when you tap on these energetic nodes in your body that I direct you to tap on after you've generated energy with the words of the intention and the affirmation, you'll effectively be sending a signal, an energetic signal through these optimal entry points in your energy field to gain the greatest benefit. So just follow along with me and do what I'm doing to help release fear from your energy field. And because this is a video, you can go back and stop it and replay it anytime you want to use this exercise. Okay, so I created these little, these cards because I carry them with me. And then I have the tapping sequences because, you know, you do get to learn them after a while, but if you don't, and your subconscious knows them immediately. But if you can't remember them, then having a little card or something written down on a piece of paper that you can reference, it's just really helpful. That's what I find. Okay, so your intention with this exercise is, I choose to disconnect from, release, and neutralize the trauma of fear, lack, and separation programming. Okay, then you're going to follow it up with an affirmation of belief. I am only connecting with the energies of love, abundance, and connectivity. And then you want to create a visualization that puts you in a state of abundance. And what I mean by that is just visualize yourself as being in a state of happiness and abundant creativity. You can see yourself as having achieved success, whatever is meaningful to you and is equivalent to you being in a state of abundance. So that's your visualization. And that is like your symbol, right? Also, the other thing about a visualization too is add details to that visualization. I mean, see yourself like actively lost in laughter. See yourself connecting with the emotion of love. The more detailed you can get this visualization, the better, okay? So then after you've said your intention and your affirmation, you've referenced your visualization, you're gonna do the fear release tapping sequence, all right? You're generating this energy in your field with this language and this visualization, and you're gonna send it through your field. Okay, so you're gonna start with your heart chakra, tap in your heart chakra above your lip, the top back of your head, your hairline, your heart chakra, hollow of your throat, the top of your head, between your eyebrows, your thymus, top back of your head, heart chakra, hollow of throat, bridge of nose, your hairline again, middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows, your solar plexus, your base of skull, top back of your head, and your tailbone. Okay? Okay, so how did that feel? You just released a bunch of fear from your energy field. Okay, so whenever you release something, especially fear from your field, it's a good idea to replace that energy with something based in love, rather than having that void filled with some unmanaged energy that may just bring you back to or realign you with fear and lack. So in the interest of further aligning yourself with energies that support this abundance mentality, we recommend following up the fear release exercise with our abundance integration exercise. And this is another simple one. I made another card here, okay? So it's the same type of thing. The intention is very similar, okay? Or sorry, the intention is totally different, but the affirmation is similar. Your intention in this case is, I choose to integrate, connect with, and maintain an energetic foundation of beliefs, a mentality, and emotions that only support being in a perpetual state of divine abundance. Now that sounds great, right? So your affirmation of belief is, I am integrating, connecting with, and maintaining an energetic foundation of beliefs, a mentality, and emotions that only support being in a perpetual state of divine abundance. Use the same visualization here. See yourself as in a state of abundance, actively lost in laughter, feeling happy, maybe even with somebody you love, okay? And then you'll do the tapping. This is a totally different tapping sequence. You'll start with your heart chakra again, then your hairline, your sacral, which is about 2 inches below your belly button, between your eyebrows, your heart chakra, hairline, above your lip, sacral, above your lip, between your eyebrows, sacral, between your eyebrows, sacral again, bridge of your nose, between your eyebrows, the top back of your head, the base of your skull, your thymus, thymus again, base of your skull, top back of your head, and your tailbone. Okay, so, and again, because this is a video, you can stop and start and use this exercise plentifully, because it really helps. And it also helps get you out of whatever it is that you're feeling in the moment. It's kind of a diversionary tactic. Aside from the fact that it's actually distributing energy through your field, it's also diverting your focus so you can calm yourself. Okay, so last tool I want to share with you, and this is one that also supports and honors an abundance mindset, is something that is very close to my heart. This is the IHS Unity symbol, and this is all over every product that we create. We love it so much that we even trademarked it. See, there it is. Okay, so this is our bookmark. We've also put it on our business card. It's part of our logo. Okay. So this unity symbol, well, first of all of the symbols that we use with our systems and anything that we do, they are crafted from sacred geometry and other spiritually significant energy expressions that speak directly to your spirit. So these symbols themselves actually send messages to your spirit. It's a language that your spirit speaks. So you're not just looking at an image, you're receiving a transmission when we share these symbols with you. So back to the unity symbol. So it represents our proposed IHS unity agreement, which you can also find in this book, okay, and on our website. It's the basis for our unity movement, and its geometries tell a story. All right, and I know this is kind of small, but okay, so there's a square in the center, and the square is 4 equal sides, so that represents perfect equality. And then there are 2 infinity symbols going in opposite directions, representing infinite creative opportunities in all directions. And then 3 concentric circles, which represents perfect balance. So just connecting with the symbol, visually with the symbol, or even in your mind, and having the intent to integrate the energy of equality in your relationships, in creative possibilities to present themselves to you, and balance in all areas of your life, is enough to start shifting your energy field to align with an abundance mindset, and ultimately those outcomes in their most perfect form. So feel free to use that. You can find it on our website, or you can find it in this video. Our website is www.ihsunity.com. So that's all I've got today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me share.
That was a lot, Aimee. I'm going to really request that we go back and do one of those exercises. Maybe, would you show that first symbol and maybe talk us through that one? Because I don't know about other listeners, but I'm like, oh my God, this is way too much. I need one thing that I can do today to get me through the holidays. So,
Okay. So probably the easiest one is the fear release.
was that the
That
one
one?
where
Is
you
that the
showed
one you're talking about? The fear
yeah,
release?
where
Because I can,
you show the symbol and then go down
the card.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
because
That's
I didn't know we were supposed to be doing those things. I thought you were just explaining them and then we were going to go back and do them. So if
oh,
we could just slow up on one of them and give us
okay.
one tool that we can really take home with us today, that would be really helpful to me because, you know, there is a lot of fear that comes up during the holiday. So maybe it is the fear release one or something.
Yeah, that's, that is the easiest one. That's probably the easiest one. The other one, the first one we did was an agreement from the book, and it's a little bit more consuming, but probably the fear release tapping sequence is the easiest one.
Perfect.
And the fastest one. Okay. Plus, if I hold it up like this, can you see that?
Well, if you could also, what you could do is you could say a sentence and then we could repeat it and tell us where to tap when we're doing it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
I'd like
So
thank you.
Okay. Yeah. This is a tool, right? Okay. So the first part of this fear release tapping sequence is going to be you saying the intention. So I'm going to say it slowly with breaks so you can say it after me. Okay. So your intention is I choose to disconnect from, release, and neutralize the trauma of fear, lack, and separation programming. Okay, so that's your intention. You're already generating your energy by saying that intention. Also, an intention is consistent with the law of attraction. You're basically sending out your plan to the universe saying, this is my intention. I choose to disconnect from fear and lack and separation programming. All right. Then your affirmation comes next, which is your statement of belief that this is happening. It's in the works. All right. So your affirmation is, I am only connecting with the energies of love,
I am only connecting with the energy
abundance,
of
and
love,
connectivity.
abundance,
And connectivity.
Right. I am only
Okay.
connecting with the energy of love, abundance, and connectivity.
That's it. Yep. Your statement of belief. It's happening. That's what you're doing only. Okay. And then comes your visualization. So just close your eyes and picture yourself in a state of happiness. Okay. And feel it. Let that feeling come in. That's right. Let that feeling come into your being. All right. Take a few deep breaths and really be with it. Okay. And then see yourself in your mind. See yourself like laughing hysterically or petting your cat and snuggling your cat, like just something that makes you feel so good, and just grab onto it and hold it for a second. Okay. And now you're really cooking with kerosene. Now you're really generating some great energy in your field. Okay. And so once you feel really good about that, then you're going to start your tapping sequence. Okay. So the first one is always open with your heart chakra. All right. You're directing all of the energy to come through your sacred heart. Okay. And then you're going to tap above your lip just 3 or 4 times. Then the top back of your head, your hairline, your heart chakra, the hollow of your throat, the top of your head, between your eyebrows, your thymus, the top back of your head, your chakra again, the hollow of your throat, the bridge of your nose, your hairline, middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows, your solar plexus, the base of your skull, the top back of your head, and then you'll finish with your tailbone. Okay. And I'm just going to hold this up for a second because then it will give someone the opportunity to screenshot that and then use it. Okay. And also the IHS Unity symbol is right there in the center of the H. So, and you don't have to do anything with that. Just connecting with it helps you align yourself with an abundance mindset. Okay. And then here, let me just hold this up for a second too. This is the intention affirmation and visualization instructions. Okay. All right. So there you have it, a tool to help you get through the holidays.
That's great. Are you going to be giving that as a gift? Because we have our gift page, or is there something else that you're planning on gifting people?
We have, through our website, we have a free membership. So everybody's welcome to that. And then you and I can talk about, I haven't organized a free gift, but I'm happy to create a PDF and have this fear release tapping sequence be the gift. Yeah,
that would be so awesome for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you see why I have my good friend Aimee, who still always, now that I'm out in the outer space and working on a book called The 7 Dynamic Winds of Creativity, how we relate, in our worlds, and our worlds intersect here. And so I'm really grateful that you're here with us today and sharing. And she does, she gave you most of her links, and her links will also be in your email today. And great job, Aimee. Thank you. And we will see you tomorrow with the IAM Winter Symposium.
Thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure, as always.
You're awesome.
Yes. All right.
Isn't she awesome?
Thank you, Renee.
Everyone?
You are. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Renee. It's such a pleasure to be involved with you and this IAM Symposium. I loved it last year, and I was so excited that you invited me to do it again this year. So thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us today, and you're welcome to share this gift with your friends. Stay with us for the 12 days of the Yule, and if you feel called to go deeper, please join the group of committed fire tenders on the Wind Clan group page wall on Facebook. We look forward to being together with you on this online ceremony to celebrate and bring ritual back to the holy days.